Hi, I'm Byron Gaither from Presonus, and I'm going to be showing a couple of the new features in the new version, Studio One version 2. We're going to take a quick look at comping, Melodyne, and event-based effects. All right, so the first thing we're looking at here, we're going to take a look at is comping in Studio One version 2. I've got a guitar track and a drum beat here with 4 takes. And if I want to take any of the layers of an entire take and bring it up to the top, then I just go over here and click on this up arrow, which is activate layer on any of the tracks, any of the takes. And I can bring that up to the top just like so. So if you ever want to bring up an entire take, audition a vocal pass or whatever, that's how you would do it. Now to actually start to make a comp track, as I swipe across any area, I'll then be able to audition that piece that I'm grabbing. So for example, if I want to grab the end of measure 2 here, if we zoom in, you can take a look. When I hold down the Option key, you're going to see a little speaker icon. So what's going to happen now is as I click and hold, it will solo that take and it'll loop it just over that segment. So now I know that's what I want. I can just double click on that and it moves it up to the top. Now one of the things that it's doing here, and it does automatically, is it creates a 10 millisecond crossfade. So I can easily move that crossfade to wherever I want it to be. I also have the ability to change the size of the crossfade very easily. But another nice feature of being able to bring up a part like this is I now have also the ability to affect the control of that the volume of that region individually. So I can come in here and I can bring that up or down as I deem necessary. I'll zoom in here, get a better look, like so. So let's just quickly finish out the rest of this comp, like so. So I'm going to grab another stretch here of take 3, and again hold down the Option key. Okay, I like that. Bring that up, and then we'll just grab the last measure here, the last piece of bar 4. And we'll bring that, we don't need to check that. And so now we've got our comp track. And I'm going to bring the volume up actually on this last segment, like so. And now if we give it a listen, and that's how easy it is to make a comp in Studio One. Now, if I wanted to at this point, I could select all of that and hit Command B and quickly bounce it, and now it's its own new audio part. The second new feature I want to show in Studio One version 2 is event-based effects. So if we go down to our drums here and we solo this, what I'm going to do is we're going to separate out this snare drum right there at the end of bar 2. We're going to cut that here, and we'll cut it again here. And now what I can do is select that part, and we'll change the color so we can see just what it is right there. And over here on the left side, you'll see event-based effects. So when I click the Enable button, what that's going to do is give me access to all of my plugins that I've got to apply just to that region, just that little piece of the snare drum right there. So in this case, I'll select an analog delay and select a value for that and make a couple adjustments. And now when we give that a listen, and there's our snare drum. Now at that point, and this operates similar to the way Audio Suite does, except that it's a non-destructive. So if I click render, it now just created that echo there. But of course I can always restore it. And now it's back, putting the load on the CPU, and the next part comes in right there. I also have the option of adding a tail. So if I wanted to add a 1-second tail to that, I can then come in here and now render it. And what it's done is it's actually created a nice soft fade out on that echo. So it keeps ringing on out. I'm going to quickly cut the last snare drum. We're going to do it to this little piece here as well. And we will select that, give it a different color, and enable again. We'll grab a different delay and we're a different setting. Set that to 16th note triplets, like so. And we will render that. Now this time I'm not going to put a tail. We just want the effect to be right there. And if I zoom in, I can crank up the volume a little bit. And now we'll give it a listen with the guitar and the drums. And we've now done some event-based effects and a guitar comp, and here's what we have. And just like that, we've got a Ford truck commercial. All right, now we're going to go over to Melodyne and the integration of Melodyne into Studio One. What I have here is a guitar loop. Now normally, if you were using Melodyne with any other program, it's an offline process, but in Studio One, we simply right-click, we go to our audio menu, we go right here where it says Edit with Melodyne, Command-M. I select that, it actually opens up the Melodyne editor right in Studio One. I can go in here, I can move notes around. Very easy, very fast. If I wanted to affect a block of notes, I'm going to bring this up here so we can scroll it down a little bit. I can grab a block of notes and open up the correct pitch window here, which is here in the middle. And now I can determine by percentage how much pitch correction I want to do, and you can see the waveforms moving slightly. In addition, if you select any note here in Studio One in the Melodyne editor, it'll actually give you the note value and how sharp or flat it is, so you'll know right away on any individual note. So those are the standard ways that we would use Melodyne. But a more cool and creative way to make use of the Melodyne integration in Studio One is this. I've got my audio track, and right below it, we've loaded up a bass part right here. So what we're going to do is simply grab this and no modifier keys. We're going to pull this down onto the instrument. It looks like it's going to make a copy, but what it actually does is just bring down the MIDI information. So if we solo the bass, we've got that there. Now I'm going to select all the notes, peel that back like so, close the editor, unsolo that, and what we have is Instant Sly and the Family Stone. So there you go. Those are some of the new features in Studio One: comping, event-based effects, and seamless Melodyne integration into Studio One version 2. So those are some of the features in Studio One version 2. If you have any further questions, please contact your Sweetwater sales engineer. They'll be more than happy to help you out.